Thin Lizzy, Emerald, Rhythm. You may notice there's a bug, not a feature, in regards to when there's the 3-note chord, A string, 5th string, the yellow string on the 0th fret, all the way in the left, and the 4th string, the blue string, on the 7th fret, and the 3rd string, the orange string on the 9th fret. When doing those 3 chords, there is 2 versions. Well, so right now I have a single note in terms of Pygame sprites. There's a single note, and then class terms, there's a 2-note chord, and then there's a 3-note chord. They all extend on one another. So you got the single note, the 2-chord note extends the single note. The 3-chord note extends the second 2-chord note. So they just stack on one another. And there's logic currently for every note, there is a bass note. The width is wide. And sustain, width is less than the bass, but taller in height, actually, not length, height. And so one single note has a bass and a sustain, 2 different sprites. Well, two different rectangles, different dimensions. And the sustain height is based on the length of the note in time. It takes the duration in seconds, converts it to pixels in height. How height, or and in combination with the user's settings, how high they want the sustain to display. But regardless, anyways, there's a bug regarding the note hit effect on the 3-note chord on the 5th string open, 4th string 7th, and 3rd string 9th. When you do the note hit effect, I have logic for, okay, let's say you have 3 notes in a chord, and you do the note hit effect. Right now, the note hit effect is like additional rectangle that displays behind the sustain, but it's covering the whole width of the bass with the height of the sustain, and it's like a blue highlight. So whenever I hit the note, you're going to see a blue highlight. The note hit eligibility is in regards to note time. So the finish line at the very bottom, just above the frets, is called the finish line. The one that goes across the screen, right? Where the notes eventually reach down towards, and the bass note stops at the finish line, while the sustain goes through the finish line. So because I have it separated between a bass and sustain, I could tell the bass to stop at the finish line, but I could tell the sustain to keep moving. That's how it is right now. But then I have to have it in the correct layers so that I can see the bass over the finish line, not the finish line over the bass, because otherwise I wouldn't see the bass. So the bug is in the 3-note chords, I have logic for, okay, in regards to displaying the note hit effect, I was trying to have logic where, okay, if all 3 notes on the chord are on the same fret, then only draw 1 note hit effect visual. And perhaps I don't have that logic 100% correct, because when you look at that specific chord, when I do the note hit, instead of drawing the visual, well, it might draw the visual, but the thing is, the bug is that it removes the drawing of the bass and the sustain, which maybe that's another setting. If I do the note hit effect, do I just instead, I've been struggling with the user feedback. Like sometimes the blue highlight is not enough when you have very fast palm mutes or staccatos and a very fast tempo, and it's very hard to see the note hit effect visual because the note hit effect visual is tied to the sustain length, and if the sustain length is very short, you don't see the note hit effect. So it's been a struggle in regards to how am I going to tell the user they hit the note effectively without having to look at the top of the screen at the hit number, because if you're trying to play with fast tempo, especially, you're trying to look at the finish line, and if you look up at the top of the screen, that takes away your eye from the notes, and you always miss it. This is very hand-eye visual coordination focused. Okay, so that was Emerald Rhythm 7992.